Break up. We decided to break up after years of being together. The police had to break up the fight that broke out downtown. Call off. The outdoor event was called off due to the heavy rain. They had to call off the meeting because the main speaker fell ill. Come across. I came across an interesting article while browsing the internet. She came across as very confident during her presentation. Get along. Despite their differences, they managed to get along quite well. I always get along with my coworkers, we have a great team. Give up. He didn't give up on his dreams despite facing numerous challenges. I decided to give up eating junk food for the sake of my health. Hold on. Please hold on for a moment while I transfer your call. Even when things get tough, you need to hold on and keep pushing forward. Look forward to. I look forward to going on vacation next month. She looks forward to attending the concert this weekend. Put off. Don't put off studying until the last minute, start now. The meeting was put off until tomorrow due to scheduling conflicts. Run into. I unexpectedly ran into an old friend at the grocery store. We might run into some difficulties, but we'll find solutions. Take off. The plane is scheduled to take off in about an hour. After the party, he decided to take off his shoes and relax. Turn up. The missing book finally turned up under the bed. He didn't turn up for the appointment, so we had to reschedule. Wake up. I usually wake up at 7 a.m. on weekdays. She had to wake up early to catch the morning train. Break down. The car broke down on the way to the city. He tends to break down when talking about his childhood. Cut off. The storm cut off power to the entire neighborhood. Don't cut me off while I'm explaining my idea. Look after. She promised to look after the plants while I'm away. The older siblings are responsible for looking after their younger brother. Bring up. It's important to bring up any concerns you have during the meeting. He was brought up in a small town before moving to the city. Get over. It took her a while to get over the loss of her beloved pet. He needed time to get over the disappointment of not getting the job. Look up. You can look up the meaning of unfamiliar words in the dictionary. As they walked in the forest, they looked up to admire the tall trees. Put up with. I can't put up with his constant complaining any longer. She's very patient, she's been putting up with difficult clients for years. Set up. They helped set up the decorations for the party. The company plans to set up a new branch in the city. Take on. She's always willing to take on new challenges at work. The team decided to take on the ambitious project. Turn down. Unfortunately, they had to turn down my request for extra vacation days. He decided to turn down the job offer because it required too much travel. Break in. It took a while to break in the new shoes and make them comfortable. Someone tried to break into their house while they were on vacation. Calm down. Please calm down, and let's discuss this rationally. It took some time for him to calm down after the argument. Find out. I need to find out more about the details before making a decision. She was shocked when she found out she had won the competition. Look into. The company will look into the issue and find a solution. The police are going to look into the matter further. Show up. He didn't show up for the party, even though he was invited. Make sure to show up on time for the important meeting. Work out. I try to work out at the gym 3 times a week. They need to work out the details before finalizing the contract. Bring about. The new policies are expected to bring about positive changes. Their joint efforts could potentially bring about a significant shift. Get through. We managed to get through the difficult project before the deadline. Despite the challenges, they always find a way to get through tough times. Carry out. The team will carry out a thorough investigation into the matter. It's important to carry out your duties responsibly. Get away. They decided to get away for the weekend to relax. Sometimes, it's nice to get away from the hustle and bustle of daily life. Look up to. Many people look up to their parents as role models. She has always looked up to her older sister for guidance. Point out. He was quick to point out the errors in the report. During the tour, the guide pointed out important landmarks. Take after. He takes after his father, in terms of his sense of humor. She takes after her grandmother with her artistic talents. Back up. Make sure to back up your important files to prevent data loss. He promised to back me up during the presentation. Fall apart. The old book started to fall apart due to its age. Their relationship began to fall apart when they stopped communicating. Give in. After a long negotiation, they finally gave in to our demands. She didn't want to argue anymore, so she gave in. Make up. They had a disagreement, but later they made up, and became friends again. She tends to make up elaborate stories about her adventures. Pull off. Despite the challenges, they managed to pull off a successful event. He tried to pull off a risky stunt, but ended up getting injured. Run out of. We're about to run out of milk, so we need to buy more. They ran out of time before they could finish the project. Turn into. The caterpillar turned into a beautiful butterfly. With time, his hobby turned into a full-fledged business. Break out. A fire broke out in the building, and everyone had to evacuate. The news of their engagement caused celebrations to break out. Come up with. They had to come up with a creative solution to the problem. She's great at coming up with innovative ideas. Give off. The flowers give off a lovely fragrance. The machine started giving off strange noises. Look back on. As she looked back on her childhood, she realized how much she had learned. It's always interesting to look back on past experiences and reflect. Pick up. Can you please pick up some groceries on your way home? He started to pick up playing the guitar over the summer. Run into. I unexpectedly ran into my former teacher at the bookstore. They often run into challenges when working on complex projects. Take up. She decided to take up painting as a hobby. He's planning to take up a new sport this year. Break through. They worked hard to break through the barriers that were holding them back. The sunlight started to break through the clouds after a rainy morning. Check out. Don't forget to check out the new restaurant in town. You should check out that book, it's really interesting. Fall 4. She couldn't believe she had fallen for the scam. He easily fell for her charm and started dating her. Hand in. Make sure to hand in your assignment by the deadline. She was the first to hand in her test paper. Look in on. Could you look in on the kids while I'm at the store? They often look in on their elderly neighbor to make sure she's okay. Play around. Kids love to play around with different art supplies. We shouldn't play around with serious matters, we need to address them. Take off. The rocket is about to take off for its space mission. After the long meeting, he decided to take off his tie and relax. Break out of. The prisoners managed to break out of the heavily guarded prison. Sometimes, we need to break out of our comfort zones to grow. Come up. A great opportunity came up for her to travel abroad. The topic of the conference will come up during the meeting. Give out. They decided to give out free samples of their new product. Her energy started to give out after a long day of work. Look through. I need to look through my notes before the exam. She decided to look through old photo albums for nostalgia. Pass away. Her grandmother passed away last week at the age of 90. It's always difficult when a loved one passes away. Run over. Be careful not to run over that puddle, your shoes will get wet. The car accidentally ran over a small animal on the road. Take back. I need to take back the book I lent you, so I can read it again. He regrets what he said, and wants to take it back. Break up. The storm clouds started to break up, and the sun appeared. They decided to break up into smaller groups to tackle the project. Come down with. I think I'm coming down with a cold, I have a sore throat. She came down with the flu, and had to take a few days off work. Pay off. Their hard work finally paid off when they won the competition. Investing in education often pays off in the long run. Settle down. After years of traveling, he decided to settle down in a small town. She's looking to settle down and start a family. Turn out. The event turned out to be a huge success with a large turnout. It's amazing how things can turn out differently from what you expect. Bring up. She didn't want to bring up the sensitive topic during dinner. It's important to bring up important matters during team meetings. Go through. He's been going through a difficult time since his pet passed away. We need to go through the documents to find the relevant information. Pass out. The heat was intense, causing some people to pass out during the event. She felt lightheaded and almost passed out from exhaustion. Turn up. Don't worry, I'm sure your missing keys will turn up eventually. He didn't turn up to the meeting, which was quite unusual. Carry on. Despite the setbacks, they decided to carry on with their project. He told them to carry on without him, he would catch up later. Get by. During tough times, they managed to get by with the support of their friends. With careful budgeting, they can get by on their current income. Look out for. While hiking, make sure to look out for any potential dangers on the trail. She promised to look out for her younger sibling while at the park. Pick out. Can you help me pick out an outfit for the party? She managed to pick out the perfect gift for her friend's birthday. Run away. The child decided to run away from home after an argument with their parents. The dog got scared and ran away when the thunderstorm started. Take on. The company is planning to take on new employees next month. She's known for her ability to take on challenging projects. Break through. They were finally able to break through the barrier and make a significant discovery. The news about their success broke through to the media. Put up. They offered to put up their guests for the weekend. The company will put up posters to promote the event. Call off. The soccer match was called off due to heavy rain. They had to call off the meeting due to unforeseen circumstances.